Chat is live.
Everybody, welcome into the Doobie Den, and tonight it is Friday night, so you know what that means. Another edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review. I'm Buddha Fire, that's MJ Hat. We are Revolution X, and man, we got a decent week this week.
You're not lying.
So Hat's having to take care of a couple of things. We want to welcome everybody in. Again, this is the Rev X Wrestling Review. Dark Treat says, I'm here tonight, guys, but sick as a dog coming down with a cold. Oh, no, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get to feeling better, brother.
I think that's the consensus across the board, man. We're all sick here too, and it's been a rough day. So, like this fight has been going on all day long, and it's just it's one of those things. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about Raw and SmackDown. So, what's up, Martok? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up,
let's get into some stuff. So. We start with a recap on Raw of last Monday between Jacob and Roman, which That's par for the course, right? Roman gets to the arena and Pierce catches him and says if he would have let if he would have let do I'm sorry.
He would have let him.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody's being difficult tonight. Luda, tell you what. You take Raw, buddy.
All right, that's fine.
You take Raw.
Roman gets to the arena and Pierce catches him and says if he would have let him do it his way, none of this will be happening. Roman says he needs a few minutes and Jacob's music hits as he comes to the ring. Jacob says he isn't waiting to get called out and tells Roman to get his ass out there. The Usos come out to talk some serious sense into Jacob, both meet the Tongan death grip. This brings out Roman Reigns. They start punching back and forth as Roman goes for the Superman punch and gets caught in the Tongan death grip. Jay interferes and hits a super spear that just knocks Jacob down for Jimmy to hit a splash. 1D and Jacob is still trying to get up. They tie Jacob's arms to the ropes, and Roman hits a Superman punch and then a humongous spear. They leave the ring and head up the ramp where Pierce is waiting. Roman says do what he wants, and Jacob screams for Roman to face him in tribal combat. Roman tells Jimmy that he has to do it and accepts the challenge. Tribal combat. There's only been 2 tribal combat matches in the history of WWE so far. Roman Reigns has been a part of both of them, and Roman has won both of them. So, I see you just now getting back. What are your thoughts on Jacob and Roman and tribal combat?
Honestly, I'm not surprised that they took this avenue. I really think, I don't think Roman's going to lose his tribal chiefiness. Yeah, that's a word. I did that. Oh, goodness. Goodness. But I do think that there's definitely, it's going to be a fight. Jacob's a strong man, and he's been booked extremely strong. So I'm looking forward to it. I think Jacob's going to fight tooth and nail, but in the end, he will do that one thing. He will acknowledge his tribal chief.
Dark Tree seems to think differently. He says this is going to be violent and brutal, but Jacob will win to write him off TV for the month.
Jacob will win to write him off TV?
To write Roman off TV? Because remember, he's not going to be there in June.
Well, they took that back. They took that back. He's booked for June now.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's first I'm hearing about that.
Yeah, they did. He originally was booked, then they took him off the dates, but he is rebooked.
Okay, so, cool. Well, let's get back into
followed up on that.
Okay. Finn Balor shoots on JD McDonough with their street fight coming up, which leads us into match number 1, a street fight between JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Finn starts strong in this match, has his way with JD. Weapons get involved, and both men take turns destroying each other with kendo sticks. They take it into the crowd, and JD hits a moonsault onto Finn on the concrete. These men beat the hell out of one another with tables and chairs. Dom comes out to interfere, but Finn is able to get the upper hand and hit the shotgun drop kick and coup de grace on JD for the win. I honestly thought this was a solid opening match.
Yeah, it was. This right here, Finn Balor and JD McDonough, they work extremely well together, but it's because they know each other so well. They've worked together for so long. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but is JD McDonough not a student of Finn Balor's? I know I'm using that term loosely.
No, you're absolutely right. Finn took him under his wing, showed him how wrestling worked and how everything went. And no, they've known each other for 20 plus years.
Right. Honestly, I was excited for that match. It turned out pretty good.
It did turn out really good.
Finn needs to move forward, though. This needs to be the end of it, and he needs to get off Judgment Day and do something else. It's time.
I do agree with that. We get a recap of Seth, the Prophets, and the Vision from last week. Interview with Seth Rollins. Said he knows he's a marked man and has no allies and has to put an end to the Vision. Says he hasn't had a match on Raw in 9 months. Let's change that. Says Pierce gave him the main event and challenges any member from the Vision, but says he wishes it was Breaker. Show me who you really are, he says. Take a vape break from C. Cheers, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, see. Man, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Last week, did we not talk about this? They weren't going to talk about Seth Rollins no more.
We did.
That was the thing, right?
Yep.
Here we are. They're still talking about Seth Rollins. Bro. Carry
I feel
on.
as though this should have ended when Braun beat Rollins at Backlash. I feel as though that should have been the end of it right there.
Agreed.
Sol Ruka is interviewed in the back, and Becky Lynch interrupts and tells her to leave, or tells Sol to leave. Sol does and heads to the ring and tells Becky to come out. She wants a match against Becky, and Becky says no, not here. If she truly wants a match, they can do it at Saturday night's main event. Sol says she will see her there and will not only snatch her soul, but will snatch the IC title as well. And Becky says, "No, you've not done anything to earn a shot at the IC title yet." So I guess
good shout.
For Saturday night's main event, we get just a singles match between the two, no IC title involved.
Yeah. Well, that's fine, right? Like. Sol's she doesn't deserve a title shot yet. She's not won a match on the main roster. So I don't think that it's that far of a stretch. But if she was to beat Becky, then she does get a title shot after that. Yes. Right?
Right.
Okay.
No, that would be they call it a there's a certain term for it. It's like a contenders match. It's not a number one contendership match, but it's like a contenders match. And basically
beat the champion to fight for the championship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In the back, the Vision are talking about the plan for Saturday night's main event. Braun walks in and says, "Did you hear what Seth said?" Heyman says, "Yes, but in Formsbreaker, it's going to be Seth Rollins and Austin Theory tonight." Braun then asks Heyman why, and Heyman says, "Now you know where he is and what time he will be there and why his hands are full." Braun likes this and walks away. Qualifying contender match. Exactly, Aspie. That's what we needed.
Thank you, Aspie. Timeout right here. Let's talk about this backstage segment for just a second. Because I had a couple of things I wanted to point out here as far as Braun Breaker goes. First off, Braun came in that room demanding to fight Seth Rollins. Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
So, does it not stand to reason that if he was granted that match, then he would have known where Seth Rollins would have been and at what time?
Yes, but the only problem is the hands full thing. The whole reason for that was so Braun could get the upper hand on Seth. Not have to face him one-on-one, but could get the upper hand on him while he was distracted. That's what that whole segment was meant for.
I'm not happy about how they're booking Braun Breaker. It really is getting under my skin, and that's why I'm bringing this up. I think that this was horrible. They should have just let Braun fight him, and I know that that's not the heel way of doing things, but that is the moment. WWE is a moment company. We have said this time and time and time and time and time again. Absolutely. Moments make money.
Yes.
Moments make money. This would have been a moment. So, but that's just my opinion. Like, if you're down for an Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins match, cool. Not my bag, baby.
All right. This leads us into a 6-man tornado tag. So I'm just going to tell you all the American names, who they actually are. It was Chad Gable and the Creed brothers against Ludwig Kaiser, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate. That's who it was. It was Los Americanos against whatever the fuck Chad Gable.
Los Americanos?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, these men are all over the place from start to finish. Both teams give an excellent time to get off their offenses and give the crowd a good show. I just wish they didn't have to have the mask on to perform this well with one another. And that's a personal rib right there.
Yes, it is. And I get it.
A lot of 1-2 in this match and a lot of high flying. The ending seen Kaiser and his goons hit a triple loaded headbutt on Brutus for the win. What did you think of this match?
Honestly, I'm over the Americano storylines. Because real Americano Chad Gable, is so over in the United States. Like, he really is.
Yep.
I can't speak for Aspie. Okay, I'm sure she'll let us know later. But in the Mexican community, Ludwig Kaiser is over, bigger than shit. So it.
And boy, oh boy, do we have to talk about him here in a little bit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But I do want to kind of stress, if they were to all take the masks off and just have this match regular, people would lose interest.
Yep.
And that's heartbreaking.
It's
because they're all good. They're all good competitors. They are.
They are
Just
in their own way. You're absolutely right. They are. But I agree with you 100%. If they didn't have the mask on, they wouldn't be shown as they are right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mad Hatter, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
there's nothing wrong with those days. For the podcast audience, Mad Hatter says, I still prefer the Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan days. Yeah, things were a lot simpler back then. Kayfabe was kept intact. But like in regards to the modern era, these are things you just can't do no more. Oh, Sammy, nice try, honey. That probably won't work because this is not an STFC thing. So I guess I need to refund your points. You do you. You keep going, Buddha.
Roman versus Jacob for Tribal Combat for the World Heavyweight Championship is officially signed for Clash in Italy. We get a vignette playing about Tribal Combat, just going over what it is, how, the lineage, all that good stuff. We get a backstage interview with the Usos. LA Knight intervenes. Jimmy tells him not now, and he goes into a spiel. Jimmy again tells him not now, and they walk away.
Yeah,
they've got nothing for LA Knight right now.
It's so unfortunate. Unfortunate. I gotta get to my mod view.
You're good.
LA Knight is so good, man. He is so good, and I'm so disheartened because it's not. It absolutely is not how I thought it was going to be. Here, I got to do this a different way. LA Knight deserves better.
Mad Hatter says, or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure. Like, you know me, Stone Cold's one of my favorite of all time.
Absolutely.
But things are just different now. It's not like it was, and that's so heartbreaking. I feel like
it is.
That should allow me to. Okay, I think I can refund that. Go ahead, Buddha.
We get a Michael Cole interview with Ethan Page. Page has actually written his own questions because he says that Cole is a subpar reporter. Ethan gloats about himself and says it's not ego, it's confidence that will lend him the IC title on Saturday night.
Sure.
I like what they're doing with Ethan's character. They're making it to where he actually gets to be all about himself, like more so than he was in NXT. In NXT, he was about himself, but like they're giving him a good push. They're not pushing him to the top yet. Same thing with Ricky Starks, or Ricky Saints. I'm sorry. They're pushing him in the mid card. So honestly and truthfully, they're bringing the NXT people up in the right place.
I agree. Sammy, that should refund your points. Sorry about that. I had to go through and do a bunch, but that's it. Okay.
Matt Hatter said, I get it. I am just nostalgic for the days of my childhood. And so are we. Like, it was so much better back, so like early 90s into the 2000s. Hardys, Dudleys, Edge and Christian, teams like that, Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like that was our big genre of wrestling. The Attitude Era is when we
100%.
like was really big into wrestling. But yeah, exactly, Martok. DX was a huge group. DX got us in a lot of trouble when we were in school. Let's just go with that.
Of course.
I've seen the principal's office way too many times for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just part of what we did as a team. We were little shits, if you will.
Indeed.
I don't know. Guys, just before we continue, I do want to let you know that the stage is open. Exclamation point stage will get you into the Dewey Den and to the stage, and you're welcome to come up at the end of the show when we open up questions. So, oh, I like how it fixed your chat on your stream too. That's cool. Continue, buddy.
Match number 3 was for the Women's Tag Team Championship. It was Raquel and Roxanne of the Judgment Day taking on Paige and Brie Bella. This match was decent, nothing to really write home about, but in the end, Liv tried to get involved, got caught, and was sent to the back. Meanwhile, Roxanne tries to hit Brie with the belt, but she rolls up Roxanne for the 3 count. After the match, Judgment Day beat up on Paige and Brie until Bayley and Lyra come out to make the save. Matt Hatter says, me and my brother would reenact the late 80s matches. We would do the 90s and 2000s, and yeah, it was a good time. Understand
honestly,
that completely.
Let's Matt Hatter, appreciate that, by the way. But let's talk about this for just a minute, because the Judgment Day's overused. I'm ready for them to disband. I'm ready for some sort of bullshit. And as long as Liv Morgan is your WWE World Champion, it's not gonna matter. Please don't give the tag titles to them. Please get them off Paige and Brie Bella, but don't. Not Judgment Day. Go.
Who's Liv facing right now? Nobody.
They've done nothing with her. No. Nothing. And it's absolutely abysmal.
They had nothing to do with the title. Steph had a legitimate injury, so like they needed to get the title off of her. But yet they've done, like you just said, they've done nothing with her whatsoever. Liv needs to keep the title and leave the Judgment Day. Martok, you're absolutely right.
I'd be down for that as long as Judgment Day is split. Judgment Day is so overrated, dude. Like, I'm over it. But what do you do? Keep going. Sorry.
You're good. We get a backstage segment with Seth Rollins and LA Knight, where LA Knight basically tells him, you can't trust anybody, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Obafemi comes out for the open challenge, but as he gets in the ring to do his taunt, he gets attacked from behind by Brock Lesnar. 4 F5s later, and Brock Lesnar leaves the ring.
I'm sorry. One more time. What was that name?
Brock Lesnar. There we go.
Brock Lesnar. Sorry, I had to play my own alert there. But it just, man, let's stop for a second, because right there, that is in your face fucking swerve. And I think it's brilliant. I hate to see Oba sit on Brock Lesnar for the next few months, but that is what's going to happen. Brock will probably get the next dub, like hands down. There's no reason for him not to. And then they'll have a third match. I would hope that they clear it all up by SummerSlam. That way, maybe we can still get that Gunther retires Brock moment. But I don't think we're going to get that anymore. I just don't. And it's so sad. So sad.
Speaking of the Brock Lesnar thing, we get a backstage segment with Pierce is trying to get control and runs into Heyman. Pierce asks Heyman what's going on, and Heyman hands him a contract that's already signed by Brock Lesnar for a rematch at Clash in Italy with Obafemi.
Woo! Woo!
So we're definitely getting that match next weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for that. Oh man, I forgot we got to do Pred. Keep going.
Get a backstage interview with the Street Profits where they say they came back to win the titles. Leads us into match number 4, which was a singles match. It's Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins. Before the match starts, Rollins attacks both Theory and Paul on the outside with a suicide dive. Rollins controlled most of the early offense, and then Theory got control. This match was really solid, even with Logan Paul interference countless times. In the end, Theory was met with a pedigree for the 3 count, and Rollins wins the match. I want you to hold on to that for a second.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Division beat up on Rollins till Angelo Dawkins comes down to make the save, but the numbers game proved too much. Montez Ford comes out and makes the save for Dawkins, and Breaker comes out and hits a spear on Ford, who pushes Dawkins out of the way. Seth then tries to attack Breaker from behind, but Theory holds on to Rollins' foot as he sets up for the stomp, allowing Breaker to hit the spear on Rollins. Security comes out to break it up and keep any more damage from happening. Now, what I wanted you to keep up, they let Rollins win with the pedigree again
Uh-huh.
instead of using the stomp.
Uh-huh.
So are we
Yeah.
seeing the transition back to the pedigree, or was this maybe just a one and done thing?
To be honest, it could go either or. Rollins has always had the pedigree in his arsenal ever since he was with the Authority when he
Right.
turned on the Shield. The pedigree became his. Now, granted, at that point, Triple H was still part timing,
Right.
but that's one of those things like you pass the torch. It's like the razor's edge. You know, it's who does that? Isn't it Damian Priest?
Yeah.
Like, but that's not his main thing, right? He does the
No.
choke slam.
Yeah, the South of Heaven.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm not opposed to Seth Rollins using the pedigree, grabbing a baby.
Okay. Overall, this was a good show, guys. Most matches tonight were good, and the backstage and commercials were really kept restricted tonight. I gave it a 3.
I also say 3.
Hat also says 3. Chat, let us know in the chat what you gave Raw.
3 was I wow, really? Why are you throwing things at me? 3 was pretty generous, I felt like. Cuz you know,
3.
it
All right.
it's better than it has been, but it's not. They could do so much better.
Yes, it's nothing
And
to write home about.
I don't think he's injured Dark Tree. Dark Tree, for the podcast audience, says, or is Rollins injured again and cannot do the stomp? I would think the pedigree would hurt his leg more. So it's just the stomp is easy 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4 out the door. But an Aspie also with the 3. I'm not opposed, man. I have to kind of stay neutral though, because I don't want to get my hopes up for things that aren't necessarily great.
Right.
So plus I'm a pessimist anyway, and I think chat, I think y'all know that, right? Like we've determined that at this point, hats can be a little bit negative at times. So, cut me some slack. Okay. But you said 3-2, Buddha?
Yes,
you wanna tell us about Ludwig Kaiser?
So there's different reports going around the internet about an altercation that Ludwig Kaiser was involved in during the week. Apparently, he was on an elevator making out with his girlfriend, and apparently the guy told him that he should have some more respect. To which apparently there was a face-off. There was supposed to be a scuffle, but I've read so many different things. I've heard that the other person involved apparently told Kaiser that he needed to get under control, or he was going to call ICE on the bitch or something like that. Like there's been so many things said that it's hard to actually like pinpoint what's actually true and what's not. Dark Tree says stuck up for his girlfriend, and the guy called the cops. That's exactly what they're making it out to be. Now Ludwig didn't even know that he had been, like gotten any trouble or anything. As a matter of fact, he was in Mexico when he. Is this the WB and W stream?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It really sure is. Notice we're both wearing wife beaters. Actually, that was entirely unplanned. Thank you for noticing, Bacon Fish. Good job.
Yes.
What's up, Moose? Good to see you, buddy. New phone, who dis? I don't know. I lost track.
Dark Tree says that explains the $1,000 bill. Exactly. So my understanding is he went to Mexico to do a show down there, found out that he had a warrant out for his arrest, and actually came back to the United States to Florida to turn himself in. So he was unaware of what was going on. And yeah, Dark Tree, I think that's what explains the very cheap bail that he got.
Yeah. Man, listen. Either way, it could have been $10,000. It could have been $100,000. He'd been out, so it doesn't really matter. Like they make so much, and it's not that it's not worth it. Because again, Ludwig Kaiser is a wonderful entertainer. He does a wonderful job as the fake El Grande Americano, but no one wants to pay to see Ludwig Kaiser be Ludwig Kaiser. Sorry, they just don't.
I feel as though Dark Tree's right. He says will most likely be dropped down to the lowest, if not thrown out. I feel as though it'd probably be
Agreed.
thrown out.
Agreed. Because there's a certain thing called political sway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Bacon Fish says I figured clarifying that it was for the shirts was also a good idea. You're absolutely right on that.
100%. 100% Bacon Fish.
Need to get a get a Rev X tank top made.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I have. Well,
You're speaking my language.
It's not on the back of my chair. Usually, I have a Rev X shirt on the back of the chair, but I don't have it on there tonight. But I would sport a tank top that had Revolution X on it.
Thanks, Moose. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Moose, for the podcast audience, says shirts are definitely on point. Hell yeah, buddy. Glad to see you up and about too, man. It's wonderful. Let me take us into SmackDown, I guess, unless there's anything else in the news you want to kind of cover before I do.
No, we're good.
All right. So SmackDown come to us from just a few miles up the road from me in Lexington, Kentucky. We opened the show with a video package from last week with Cody Rhodes and Gunther showing the end of SmackDown. The opening segment is Rhea Ripley. She begins to cut a promo, says, I was off work last week, and it seems like somebody really missed me. Jade and her crew tried to send a message, and all they really did was piss me off, she says. So now I'm back and itching for a fight. Rhea lays down the challenge for Jade for Clash in Italy. Is it Italy or Paris? It's Italy, right?
Italy, yeah.
Okay, so she lays down the challenge, offers her a title shot, which, for the life of me, can we not do better than that? I would have rather seen Charlotte.
I'm sure we will down the
line. The girls say, out comes Charlotte and Alexa. They say, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a 6-woman tag team match tomorrow night, which we'll talk about at the end of the show because that's in our predictions. We needed your help last week, Charlotte says. Rhea then says, I deserve a day off too. They start arguing, and the out comes Fatal Influence. See, I was totally expecting Jade Cargill here. But Fatal Influence, the NXT call-ups, if you will, they're doing wonders, I feel like, because they're a great heel group. Charlotte says we'll take on any of the two of you in a tag match later tonight. So, what did you think about the opening segment of SmackDown? And the other question is, what's your opinion on Fatal Influence?
I like what they're doing with Fatal Influence. I like what they're doing with JC Jane. She's already beat 2 legends. Like that's a strong start. The tag girls are always in the middle, if not on the bottom. So like it still makes perfect sense the way that they're doing it. I do want to take note that when Charlotte says we'll take on any 2 of you, she meant her and Alexa. And she said her and Alexa. Yeah. That's not what we got in the main event though.
Okay, there's a vignette backstage. We're getting there.
Just wanted to like lay that bad booking here. Like
Dark Tree says, "Oh my God, this is so old. Jade Cargill is garbage." Agreed. Dark Tree. But moving forward, we get a replay of the attack on Shinsuke Nakamura last week, and of the chair segment in the main event where Royce Keys threw the chair at Solo Sikoa. Then we go to an interview with Solo, Tala Tonga, and Tama Tonga. Royce Keys walks up and tells them to stay out of his business. They costed him a title shot, basically. You don't recognize any of these names? Well, Moose, things have changed in the past couple of years. A lot of people have been released and a lot have been called up from NXT. Yeah. So I believe that. I didn't know if you were a follower or not. We have a few of the old heads still, such as Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio still in it. Let's see, Randy Orton's still a thing. Sami Zayn's still around. It's been a decade. Oh, that's a long time, Moose. Yeah. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I mean, those are all names you should know at a decade. But let me reel it back in. After that segment, we cut to Alexa, who says, "I'm sick which was funny as hell. She says she's not competing tonight, and she's going to make Charlotte tag with Rhea so that they can work out their problems. So I like that. I thought that was a good plot twist, if you will.
Yeah.
So not horrible. Which leads us into the opening match. Speaking of Shinsuke and Tama Tonga, this was those two, in fact. This was a David versus Goliath kind of fight. Shinsuke showed no fear as he stood toe-to-toe with the giant man that is Tama Tonga. Shinsuke was doing his best to hold his own as he stood up against the behemoth. Shinsuke is slated to be a thorn in the side of the MFTs, both in vignette and in spirit. He went for the Kinshasa. Solo tried to interfere. As Shinsuke went for the run, though, Tama Tonga scooped him up and scoop slammed him so hard. Like, he was pretty much lifeless afterwards. Solo then, after the match, because they got the pin on that, went for the Samoan spike and was stopped by Tama Tonga, who then turned and attacked Shinsuke. Like, it looked like they were going to throw us a face turn, but that's not what happened. Matter of fact, they went the complete opposite way. Not really a swerve, but a hup made you think, you know. Damian Priest comes down with a steel chair to make the save and runs everybody off. Match number 1, your thoughts, Buddha?
It was pretty simple, explanatory. Like, you knew that Talo was coming out there to get the victory regardless. The fact that he's with the MFTs and the MFTs help him so much is boosting his confidence and morale skyrocketed.
I need to do 2 things for Moose. First one is...
You are cursed.
Because, you're cursed. And the second one, you may want to plug your ears, Buddha. Sorry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I love it. Joe Hendry's one of my favorite moves, just straight up. He's such a TikTok sensation. It's great. Anyway, dialing it back. We go backstage and see Nick talking to this referee, which I don't remember his name. It's
Charles Robinson.
It's the blonde one Charles Robinson. He's the one that always takes the bumps. Cody walks up and says, I'm sorry, and is told that Gunther's not there yet. He still hasn't signed the contract, but as far as Nick Aldis is concerned, he is the number 1 contender for tomorrow night, or is it next week? I don't know. I'd have to look. It might be next week. Sami Zayn then comes in and he's pissed off. Sammy approaches. Thank you. Sami Zayn then comes in. He's upset. He's tells Cody, "I can help you." Cody says, "No, thank you." And then Sammy starts spiraling. Right. Nick walks back in. Sammy starts going off, and he asks for a little bit of time, and he gets told no. So Sammy then goes, "Well, if I was Cody Rhodes, if I was the Golden Boy," and just as soon as he said that, Cody walks up behind him, and it's that oh fuck moment, that moment where you're like, I shouldn't have said that. This was a lot of tension, and it does end up leading to a match between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, slated for the main event of tonight. So awesome, great. I like the way they put this story together. Sammy's been on this kind of tweener thing anyway. Am I good? Am I bad? Am I face? Am I heel? We don't know. So, what did you think?
I think it's a good setup for 2 great wrestlers. These 2 know each other so well that this is, you already knew when this match got signed that it was going to be a great match. Before you go any further, Moose says, real question, did you ever do any of the eFed fantasy wrestling stuff online where you created your own character and wrote promos, shows for them? As a matter of fact, Moose, we done
Hold
more
on.
than that.
Wait. Moose, go to my YouTube channel and go all the way back. That's all you got to do. Just go to my YouTube channel, go all the way back.
We actually ran
you won't
a
be
wrestling
disappointed.
organization for the longest time. So that's our love for wrestling is insane. We did do an eFed as well. If you go back and look at my first videos, on YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll see a couple Rocket League,
Yeah.
and then you'll see a lot of eFed. We created full rosters. We ran 3 different shows. Like we had a really good time with that for a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. We did, and there's so much. We did the whole real bit. I'm gonna put "real" in quotations because if you know, you know. But the eFed stuff was really good too, man. We had a blast. So I don't know how much of the footage survived, but there is some of it out there. And again, just check out the YouTube, brother.
Come on, don't worry.
We go backstage. Well, you should fix your commands, bro.
We're working the other night just fine.
All right. We cut to the ring for our next match, which is the U.S. Open Challenge for your women's titles. It's Tiffany Stratton. She comes out. She's all tiffy timed, and I'm it's how I have to describe her because there is no other way. That is exactly what she is. Lash Legend is going to be her opponent tonight. The Irresistible Forces come out and they run their mouth a little bit, and Lash Legend is the only one dressed for in-ring action. So if you know, you know. This match did kind of feel like filler from the start, though. Tiffany is no fool and knows that she has to keep moving in order to stay away from Lash. There was a spot, though, where Tiffany went to dive off to the outside, and her foot caught the rope, and she almost, Lash did great catching her, but she almost fell, and she would have broke her neck, dude, if she hadn't got caught right. So Lash pretty much saved her life, just hands down. And I know that that's not going to be something that gets featured, but if you go back and watch it, I promise it's there. After we come back from commercial break, Chelsea Green has made her way down to the ring to help support Tiffany. She slams Nia Jax's head into the ring post. Tiffany takes advantage of the distraction for the roll-up on Lash Legend to win. Your thoughts, sir?
The botch at the end with the pin was horrible. The match itself was pretty good.
Agreed.
A few botches in between there and there, but that ending was absolute garbage.
Shoot Club I started out with, then when it was just shut down, I ran Evolution Wrestling for many years. Hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Seriously. Dark Tree says, Lash, yuck. Yeah, man, I'm not a fan of her either. In the back, apparently there is a power issue. Nick Aldis walks into a room where he's told the power issues are coming from and finds Danhausen doing experiments. This was pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. I like what they're doing with Danhausen, but this wasn't even comedy. This was just idiocracy. And while we need a little bit of that, I think they're giving it to us in spades, and we should probably dial it back just a little bit, Hunter. Paul? You hear me, Paul? I'm talking to you, buddy. I'm not against it, but we then cut to an interview with Kit Wilson and The Miz. Fraxium walks in and interrupts, and we get a little tag team challenge for Axiom's hometown next week. So that's probably going to go over like a box of hard rocks. I think it's going to be okay. Miz has a talent, man, and I know I've said this a time or two, so have you. He can make anybody look good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which is why he's still with the company. Hands down. So, just my thoughts. I'm glad you agree, though, because I didn't want to be the only one to say it. Trick Williams is our next segment, makes his way out to the ring. He starts to cut a promo, and then Carmelo Hayes comes out. Melo burns Williams' ass here, like bad. Williams says Melo can have a final shot tonight. As a matter of fact, it's right now. They call for a referee, and match number 3 begins. It's for the United States Championship on the men's side. Trick Williams, the champion, defending against Carmelo Hayes. So it was a good match. These guys went back and forth for a while. Melo wants his title back, and Williams don't want to give it up. After a long-fought battle and a little help from Ricky Saints, Trick Williams remains your U.S. champion. What did you think about this match, man?
I thought this was probably one of the best matches of the night. These two know each
One
other
of two?
one of two. These two know each other so well that their chemistry just plays off of one another. I
Yeah.
was happy that Little Yachty wasn't really involved in the match like he has been the last little bit, but Ricky Saints being
change.
involved in it still kind of pushes me off a little bit.
Moose says, I love Miz, and Darktree says, oh, good, a match I can sleep through. Well, you missed out if you slept through this one, Darktree. Just truthfully. This was one of the better ones.
I think he meant the tag match next week.
Oh, maybe. Hydrate? I think I just did, but I'll do it again. See, you got it.
Yeah. What he was talking about.
Yeah, he was. Okay. My bad. Where are we at? We cut back to Sami Zayn talking to Plank Man. I'm sorry, I mean Johnny Gargano. He's losing it. We go to Ricky Saints in the back, and Mello shows up and wipes him out for interfering in his business. So that'll be a decent little feud, right? Mello and Saints.
Oh yeah, yeah. That should last us through SummerSlam for sure.
Cool. We get a video package of Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. And it's the same thing we've been seeing for the past 3 to 4 months. Just now, since Brock is retired, doesn't feel retired, but since he's retired, it's a bigger deal, I guess. Next up was Charlotte and Rhea taking on Fatal Influence. This match was pretty good, but you could definitely see the flaws between Charlotte and Rhea. They had a real hard time working together, and I think that that's how the story's supposed to be.
Yeah.
There came a point where Rhea ended up receiving the hot tag and dominated both Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley. In the end, the Faces picked up the victory with a little bit of tag team shenanigans, and then out of nowhere, Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Michin came to lay assault to our face heroes. This turned into a brawl. Jade Cargill hits Jaded on Rhea to end the segment. What do you think, Buddha?
Well, we've seen that coming from a mile away. Like, Jade and her cronies are meant to attack when least expected, I guess. And they're always going to end up, I mean, it's what, 6-on-2? So, I mean, you can't really, you can, try to give the Faces every bit of credit known to man, but it still wasn't enough to get away from the heels tonight.
Agreed. I don't know, man. Fatal Influence looks great, but I need to see more. These 1 or 2 little promos or segments they're doing is awesome, but I need to make them a real force. That's where I'd like to see the women's tag team titles end up. And I know I'm alone in that boat, and that's fine. But I think it would be a great plot device.
Agreed. Dark Tree says someone need to end her for real. She should not be in WWE. I take it we're still talking about Jade Cargill on that one. No, I think we're still talking about Jade Cargill. And if so, you're absolutely right, Dark Tree. Like,
What do you do?
Okay.
You might want to take over.
Okay. Let's see. Camera cuts back to Cody being interviewed. The interview is about Sami Zayn and how he's changed. We get a backstage segment with the 3 Heels, Jade and crew. Little trash talk about tomorrow and next weekend. Then we get into match number 5, which was Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa. Both these men went at it hard. Really easy for either one to get a victory here, and neither one would look bad. He says he missed the end of the match due to a screamy baby, and I did too. I do know that Tala and Tama got involved, and when Priest went to knock Tala off the apron, Solo caught him with a Samoan spike for the victory. Royce Keys comes out to protect Damian from getting attacked, and Damian grabs him by the throat and almost hits him with the choke slam, but we made it out okay, I guess.
Didn't quite happen that way, right?
No.
But it is what it is. Next, backstage, we've seen Chelsea Green get attacked by Nia Jax and Lash Legend, basically told to stay out of their business. We get a lot of that during this show. We get a segment between Damian Priest and Royce Keys arguing in the back. Didn't really see that one coming, but I think that'll be a good little paradigm. And then we lead into our main event, which was Cody Rhodes taking on Sami Zayn. Cody dominated most of this match. Sami got a few good spots in and even a few close pinfalls. In the end, though, Cody got the victory, but then immediately got attacked by Gunther. And while Gunther had the sleeper locked in, Sami just stood there and watched. And then he turned around and he walked the fuck away. Heel turn achieved.
Yes.
In my eyes. So, decent show, I thought. 3 out of 5 for me. Buddha, where are you at?
I'm with you on that. 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Solid work
Dark
this week.
Tree is saying why. Well, we'll get there. We'll explain it. Solid work this week.
I think both shows had very good matches. They had good storylines. Backstage segments and commercials were actually held instead of being overplayed. So
Sure.
I feel as though the shows this week were actually worth watching. Aspie says a 3.
Okay. Dark Tree
And
also
Dark
says
Tree
3.
says a 3.
So
all right.
This is an average week for everybody then, right? Like I just kind of want to touch on this just a little bit because, we do this every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, depending on the weekend. But I really feel like 3 from everybody across the board for every show, that's improvement. What did we give last week? Does anybody remember? Wasn't it like a 1? It was low, right?
It wasn't high.
On 3 out of 5 for me. No, that's today. I'm going back to look just to clarify. Buddha gave 3.5 to Raw last week. I think I went lower. We didn't write down. Okay. So just in all seriousness, there's some spots here that are just crap, but any improvement is great. Now, before we go on with the card, do you want to open the stage up first? Or do you want to do Pred, then open stage?
Let's do Pred, then open the stage.
Okay. All right. So the first match I got, and I might need you to do the typing, Buddha, as I'm one-handed, is the Intercontinental Championship. Will go top to bottom. It's Penta, your defending Intercontinental Champion, taking on All Ego Ethan Page. What do you think?
I think that's not going to work the way I want it to.
Just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You've got it bulletin. I can't do that.
Underneath.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say Penta retains.
Okay. Why?
I don't think they're going to give the title to Ethan just yet. I think he's going to be the next champion, but I don't think they're going to give it to him just yet.
Moose, I'm going to tell you right now, Moose for the podcast audience says, now you're making me start one over your watch. Do it, bro. You have friends to talk about it with. I promise you do. We do this every week, man. Every Friday night, right after SmackDown. Tonight, we were a little late. Not going to lie. We were a little late because, Stream Together was being a pain in the ass. But you know how that is.
Who are you calling?
I'm also going to say Penta, and I'm going to agree with Dark Tree's reasoning. Ethan Page is not ready yet. I think he's great, but he just got called up to the main roster. It's not time. Hey, are you serious?
All right. Well, I've got match 2
These
anyway.
kids are right. Thank you.
All right. Match 2 that we're looking at is going to be for the Women's Tag Team Championship. It'll be Paige and Brie Bella defending the title against the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend. I'm going to go ahead and say that I think the Tag Team Champions will retain. So I'm gonna put Paige and Bree. I think this is a dumb rematch, honestly.
Sorry. Kids
There's
are giving me
other
hell today,
teams
guys.
that
I apologize.
have better opportunities, or at least should have better opportunities. I don't see a reason for us to have a rematch for the tag titles. Who you picking?
I gotta agree, man. Like, I don't want either one of these teams to be in this event at all. Like I said earlier, give it to Fatal Influence, give it to Charlotte and Alexa, give it to Lyra and Bailey. Get it off the Paige and Brie Bella nostalgia act. And if you do give it back to the Irresistible Forces, I might boycott. So just being real. Match 3 is for your Raw tag team titles, the World Tag Team Championships. It is The Vision in Logan Paul and Austin Theory, your champions, taking on the Street Profits. Buddha, what you got?
Here's where we might actually differ. I'm saying the Profits.
No, I agree. I agree. I agree. Profits are going to bring the smoke, dude.
They're not
Just
doing
saying.
anything with the Vision to
Nope.
let them keep the titles. There's no point in them having the titles, really. So honestly and truthfully, give it to somebody who can actually do something with it.
Paul, can you fire Logan Paul? Sorry. I blame Moose. It's all Moose's fault.
Okay.
You're next. Go.
All right. Match 4, we got the 6-woman tag team match: Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa versus Jade, Michin, and B-Fab. Who you got? Yeah, exactly. Blame TikTok.
Faces, and Jade. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me dial that back a minute. I'm gonna say this for a reason. I think Jade's gonna lose when it comes to fighting against Rhea, so maybe we give the heels the win here. That books Jade stronger. And while I'm very anti Jade Cargill, I can see their line of thought in booking it that way. So I hope that makes sense. I don't like Jade Cargill. I don't like Michin. I don't like B-Fab. I am, however, an Alexa Bliss shill. So sue me. Sorry. It's true. Sister Abigail can do whatever. Never mind. Anyway, what about you?
No, I'm saying faces in this match.
Okay.
I don't see them making Rhea look weak. The only way I can see the heels winning is if Alexa's the one that takes the pin.
I bet this is the only one we differ on.
Probably.
Just saying. So then match number 5 and the last one for tomorrow night's event on Peacock. It's going to be a women's showcase match, which is kind of why they've labeled it like that. I don't know, but it's Becky Lynch, your Intercontinental Women's Champion, taking on Sol Ruka in a non-title bout. And you put that right on the head, Buddha, and I'll tell you why. Chat, I know you can't see it, but I can see what he's typing. He typed in Sol Ruka.
Yep.
Sol Ruka wins tomorrow, and she gets a title shot, if not in Italy, on Raw in a few weeks. So that's just my thought. What about you, Buddha?
That's not a bad thought, honestly. Sol definitely wins tomorrow, gets a title shot. I think they might stretch it a little bit further and let that go to like the next pay-per-view or whatever.
Maybe. I don't know. They need to give Sol something, because if she keeps losing to everybody, it's going to make her look really weak as fuck, and that's not what she needs, being an NXT girl. Exactly. So, at this point, exclamation point Discord, guys, you are welcome to come up on this. Let me work on that while you're doing things. I see that you've already got Dark Tree up and you've got Aspie up. How we doing, guys? Welcome in. It's great to have you on again.
Hello.
So,
Morning.
let's Good to hear you guys. Let me come around for a second. Dark Tree. I'm gonna start with you, man. What was your favorite match this week?
This week, I have a hard time picking a favorite match this week because all I did is watch the clips on YouTube.
Fair.
It was all interesting to me. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But I really don't have a favorite overall.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask Aspie the same question. Crazy Cat Lady, what you got?
I quite enjoyed the Cody and Sammy game match.
Okay. Okay.
I think that will help with Sammy's heel turn.
Agreed.
But we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you, Moose. That's going to tell me that I think that means that Moose's favorite was Brock Lesnar this week, showing up and whooping up on Obafemi. Although he probably didn't really see it, but it's worth the watch, Moose. Just really, it's amazing. Like it's
yeah, I saw the highlights of Raw, and I enjoyed watching that highlight.
Right.
But
Moose said,
I
thought Brock
doesn't hurt anyone.
Oh no. He's trained. It'll be fine. I promise. Moose said in chat, I thought Brock retired per TikTok at WrestleMania when Obafemi squashed him in the matter of 3.5 minutes. Wasn't it?
Did it take
3.5 minutes? It might have not have. He did take off his gloves. He did take off his boots. He left them in the ring, and he threw up the X. And Moose, if you're a wrestling fan, you know what this means. So it definitely seemed that way. I think TKO brought him back in a month later for ticket sales. That's just my thought process. Is that confirmed? Absolutely not. But I could see them doing that because they did something similar with Rock at Elimination Chamber last year.
Yep.
So, you want to chime in there, Buddha?
One thing really quick. I want you guys to go back and rewatch the segment with Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce.
Okay.
When they
What are we
talk
looking for?
about the contract. And listen to Heyman when he pronounces Brock's last name.
Oh yeah, he
does not say Lesnar.
No, he
does not say. No. He did that on purpose. He said that Brock Lesnar was retired, but this was signed by Brock something. It started with an L, but it wasn't Lesnar. I think it was Legner or something like that.
Something like that.
He did say Legner. Yeah. That I don't think that was meant to be that
I think
way.
It was a botch, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Legner. Thank you, Cruzito. Appreciate that. Moose says, I do. That's why I thought he retired with the X. I didn't expect the retirement to be a shoot. No one did. No one thought it was a shoot. But it turns out that I don't think in the moment it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be sincere. But here we are. And asses need put in seats. So TKO is real easy to give a contract a couple of months extension in order to keep people in the arena. So makes sense to me. But that's speculation and that's personal opinion. That does not necessarily mean it's valid. So I could be wrong. Just saying.
I don't think you are. I think it was.
Thanks,
it may be a one and done, honestly. But then again, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one and done either, because I'm still shooting to see Brock and Gunther at the end of the year. I think that that's going to be, well, I say end of the year, I mean SummerSlam. I think that that would be the perfect way to retire him, and it gives Gunther the push that he doesn't really need. But I'd rather him rub somebody than go out doing nothing. So, you know,
Hard to
Oba
imagine.
doesn't need it.
It's hard to imagine Brock Lesnar going out on a squash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we thought. So
Well, I
I
know
get
the
this
rumor
move.
mill, the
Go ahead.
rumor mill that I had seen
Mhm.
on the net
Yeah.
has said that TKO enforced Lesnar's contract and forced him to come back.
Okay, so to answer that question, and I've got to read it for podcast, so just know that, Moose. Since I've not watched in a while, Moose says, but I know Gunther has been the guy to retire so many. Why is this what's so special about Gunther? Gunther is, he went, what was it, Buddha? 2 years with a single loss,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And he and while that's just booking, if you remember a few years back, Moose, they did the same thing with Asuka. Asuka was the one who came up through NXT in the women's division and didn't lose anything, even won a Rumble. And oh my God, it was so great how she was undefeated. Goldberg was very similar, same thing, undefeated. Taker's Mania streak, undefeated. They do this all the time. It's just Gunther is being dubbed the career killer, kind of like Randy Orton was dubbed the legend killer. It's kind of was thoughts of Goldberg for me. 100%, 100%. It's the same logic. It's the same thing. That's again though speculation and opinion. Does Gunther deserve it? He's good. I think he's over toasted, over celebrated. What's the word I'm looking for here? Because I'm not saying it right. Overbooked? No. Overpushed. He's overpushed.
Overrated.
Fair. No argument. No argument at all. Legit questions, because I don't know. And that's fair, man. I want you to ask. I really do. Does he have the charisma for it? No. Thanks, Ricky. Ricky says very overrated. Yeah. This is why we do this, though. We want the questions. I'm going to quote Street Profits here. We want that smoke. So, you know, just saying. That's the whole idea. That's why the stage is open. Again, Moose, Ricky, Cruzito, you guys are all welcome to come up. So it's a push for some with skill, but no talent. Agreed. Unless they do him like they did in NXT. Well, yeah, Ricky. That's the thing too, right? Like I don't know if they will or not. But I really kind of feel like Gunther's where he's going to be at. So I don't know. You guys got any questions or anything else you want to throw out? What's the match you're looking forward to? Let's start with Aspie and then we'll go to Darktree. What's the match you're looking forward to with Saturday night's main event?
I think for me it would be the women's tag team with
The
Charlotte.
6-woman tag? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I can see that. Darktree, what about you?
I would have to say the same. It's
Okay.
the Ethan Page match I'm not really interested in.
Fair.
Street Profits match pretty much seems to me like it's a lock. And the Jade Cargill match, please, for God's sakes, don't let her win. And Soul Ruka's a lock as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think the 6-women tag is really the point of contention for me as well. Everything else seems kind of cut and dry. But that one I think could go either way. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Buddha, what about you?
I think mine is going to be the Soul and Becky match.
Okay.
Like Becky is a hell of a worker and can do everything in her power to put people over, and has actually went on record as saying that her goal is to be able to put people over. So I feel as though that's probably going to be match of the night tomorrow night.
Ricky, I like what you said. I like it so much I'm going to read it twice. Jade is overpushed and under-talented. Overpushed and under-talented. Hell yes.
She doesn't
Thank
have
you
any
for that.
talent to begin with to be under-talented.
That's fair.
No mic skills, no ring skills. I don't want to make assumptions, but she got her job somehow. Anyway.
Knee pads.
Oh, wow. Any final thoughts, guys? Buddha, is there anything else you want to go over? Any questions from chat or anything you guys want to sling at us before we talk about tomorrow night?
I got one for you. Have you heard
Okay.
any truth to the rumor that Randy Orton is injured again?
Yes.
He is.
Okay.
He is. That's the reason they didn't put the title on him. He's going to be, I'd say, at least a couple of months. It's shoulder, isn't it, Buddha?
No, it's his back again.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
Like
Moose
when
says,
he
seems
was
like the book.
selling it, that was actually legit.
Yeah. Moose says, seems like the booking is the same as it was the last time I really paid attention, and it probably is. Things don't really change in the company. The faces do, but the stories are just kind of recycled, Moose. So, but I encourage you, and I'm going to stress this. I encourage you to go watch some, because the product's not bad. It's not in the best of places it's ever been, but I've seen it worse too, and still stuck with it. So, but it's a passion project. So, fire that won't die, if you will. Again, what the hell, says Ricky. It's very mid at this point, Ricky says. So it's the STFC of wrestling. I agree wholeheartedly. AEW is doing things a lot differently. Although we're going to get into some of that STFC stuff Sunday night. Today has been a wild day for the community. I'm just going to say that because it's insane, brother. It's insane. Of course, if you want, reach out. You and I can talk off stream. They blade too much for Max. Yeah, you're right, Ricky. You're right. That's fair. AEW is bad about that. That's one of the reasons. Like WWE is what we grew up with, and while we know the other product is out there, it's not WCW, it's not ECW, it's AEW, and it's not. I don't think it's as good. And Caledon would be one of the people that disagrees with me. Moxley, not Max. Fair. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. They blade too much for Mox. Huh. See, aren't they on Cinemax or are they on HBO?
Mox.
I don't even
know. It's John Moxley.
I know what he's saying.
They blade.
You've never seen anything AEW? Chris Jericho's over there. HBO. Thank you, Ricky. Chris Jericho's over there. That's the highlight for me, though.
Agent Christian?
Because, maybe.
Christian, but
yeah,
Christian.
That's fair. Any other questions before we? They carry the storylines well, but others fucking suck. Hell yeah, Ricky. That being said, I want to talk about tomorrow. We will be live. Are you working tomorrow? Because we didn't even. Okay, so we will be live about 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, and that's a few hours after Saturday night's main event goes off. So just kind of stand by and prepare. For those of you that are interested and want to be a part of that, please remember the stage is always open in the Discord server. We will bring you up toward the end of the show. We will answer any and all questions you have. That's what we do. That we do this for love. It's not it's passion of the product. So
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's
That's the
I think
best way to
that's
say
it for me though. You guys got anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, so if we got nothing else, I want to thank everybody for coming on to watch the stream. We greatly appreciate you. Like Hat said, we do this for you guys. We enjoy getting to chat with you guys in the chat. Darktree, Aspie, as always, thank you all for coming on. We greatly appreciate you all as well.
No problem.
Like Hat said, we will be live tomorrow night after the fact. So if you're following us, just make sure you got your notifications on and wait to see that purple bell. Anyway, I'm Buddha Fire. That's MJ Hat. We are Revolution X. We thank you again for coming on to watch the stream. We will catch you guys on the flip side later. Peace out.
Bye, guys. I like having moves. That was nice.
That was a lot of fun.
Wasn't it?
MJ, I got one question for you.